and welcome to the Boopcast episode 15. I'm so sorry we're so late. So, listen, it's really early in the morning for me, and Corey got the times mixed up and thought we weren't starting until 9.
Yeah.
Because time zones, yay. And I'm really tired. After I tweeted that it was 30 minutes to go live, I kind of fell back to sleep and woke up at like 25 past. I was like, shit. So yeah, that happened. And then I hung up the Skype call by accident. So that was all good. We're live now and it's working, so that's good. Hello everybody, welcome to the Boopcast.
Yay.
And this week, we are going to be discussing the new Volume 5 trailer, the end of Chibi Season 2, NYCC's Ruby panels, and our predictions for the volume as well. Now, the question that is on a lot of people's minds, where the hell is the Yang short? So, it's not coming out until Saturday the 14th of October, which is the same day that Volume 5 premieres for first members. I'm actually really livid that it's coming out that late. It seems really retarded to me.
Yeah, I was talking with Bailey about that earlier, and I was just like, they couldn't put it out Friday. Like, if they're going to put it out Saturday, they couldn't put it out Friday.
Yeah, I know. Like what the heck?
Especially because when the new season premieres, their site always has issues.
Traffic,
with just people trying to connect. And it's like, if you add the Yang short on top of that, it's gonna add more. And granted, it's gonna go out on YouTube probably at the same time.
Yeah.
But do they really want to compete with YouTube for, traffic on their video?
I know, it seems retarded to have the Yang short at the same time as Chapter 1. Not only that, but the intro will drop that day as well. So, that's 3 brand new things dropping. It just, and that on top of all the trailer today and the Twitch streams throughout the week just seems like a bit much to me. It's just a bit much. They really should have dropped the Yang short last week to avoid having so much going on all on the same day. It just seems like a lot.
I think they should have dropped it yesterday, and they should have waited on the trailer until, Wednesday or Thursday or something.
It annoys me as well that they released a trailer before the Yang short, because now, when I look at my reactions, it's like, why short? Blake short, trailer, and then Yang short. I'm like, it annoys me. Where is my continuity? It's not there. Anyway, so yeah. It's coming out the same day that Chapter 1 premieres for first members. Now, a lot of people have been asking about the first member exclusivity this year. They changed it. So first members actually are seeing the episodes of Ruby 3 days before registered users on the Rooster Teeth site. Registered users, not the public. So the public still gets it a week later on the RT site and on YouTube. But registered users get it 3 days after first members, not 1. They changed it. So... Jajambat, thank you for hosting the stream. Hello, everybody. Yes, same day as RTX London. Shit, it's RTX London that day as well. Oh my god. I forgot completely all about London.
Wow.
Not London, the city, RTX London.
Yeah.
It sounded weird. Yeah, so the RTX London's seeing it slightly ahead of time, I think. Not very much, though. Only a couple of hours. But
it'll probably be a similar situation as what happened with you guys at
the Sydney one,
RTX Sydney, where you guys saw it 6 hours early.
Yeah, I think because we're perpetually a day ahead in time, and it comes out usually at 3:30 a.m. Australian Central Daylight Time. I think it was 6 hours in advance, and that was it. The Ruby panel's late in the day, so they're probably not even going to get it early. They're just going to get it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, RT haven't done a whole lot of promotion for RTX London. I noticed that they didn't do a lot of promotion for the first RTX Australia either. I feel like the first of a convention in a new country is always a disaster. Unfortunately. The first RTX Australia was a disaster. Thankfully, the second one was not.
Yeah. They need the first one to sort out all the kinks and stuff.
Yes, exactly. And it's the rumours I've heard about the Yang short are right. The scene where Yang is zooming off on her bike is from her short.
That was my... I thought that would be... Because the difference between that shot of Yang and the shot that you and I really like with her punching the dude, there's like a weird quality difference between them. So I thought that would be a shot from the short, which also falls in line kind of with my prediction for the Yang short from last time.
Okay, well, we'll talk about predictions perhaps at the end, but the first thing we need to discuss is the new trailer. I guess it's kind of... That's part of the trailer. Go ahead, what's your prediction?
Oh, what for the Yang short? It was just that I had a feeling, we talked about last time, that, we're hoping it deals more with her PTSD, kind of, and, like, we actually see her in combat, and how, like, with flashbacks to traumatic moments and blah, blah, blah. But I was predicting an awesome, like, Yang ejecting from her motorcycle onto enemies. That was my... Basically, that was the one shot where I was like, I want that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that would be so cool. Did you notice that his outfit was eerily similar to Mercury's stylistically? Oh, the dude that she was punching? I didn't notice it to the point where I thought it was similar to Mercury's. Ruby Palace, 4:30 BST Saturday. Okay. Expecting to see the Yang short, but no more than a clip from Volume 5, Chapter 1.
But that's the day Chapter 1 comes out.
Yeah, Chapter 1's literally released on that day, so expect to see it. The Yang short was shown at NYCC, so they're probably definitely going to show Volume 5, Chapter 1 in its entirety at RTX London. The jacket at the very least was similar. It's... I don't think that means anything. I think he's a throwaway character, definitely.
Yeah, I think that character was just how his style was, that he's just kind of meant to be some henchman from Raven's crew.
Yeah, probably.
Is what I think.
Yeah. I'm a little confused by the trailer about where Yang's story is going, because she says she's looking for someone. Which is making me think that she's actually going after Raven, not Ruby. Which I'm gonna be mad if she does
confuses
that.
Me.
I'm be real mad.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why she wants to find her mom so bad, especially after everything she's heard. And, like, I don't know, just especially how little she seems to care. Raven. About Yang. Like, she saved her the one time, but then arguably the time that Yang needed her more, she wasn't there.
Unless she never received the letter that Ruby wrote at the end of Volume 4, and she is looking for her. Which is a possibility, but I don't know. The trailer
because the guy... But because the guy that she was punching matched the style and color palette of Raven's crew, I think she's looking for Raven.
Ugh, so annoying. Is your stream buffering? Just try reloading the page. Yeah, so fire away those questions, guys, if you have them, related to any of the things that we're talking about. Yes, I'm trying to remember what was in the trailer. I saw it like 6 times yesterday. Oh, Haven Academy is deserted. I guess...
I don't think that's a big surprise.
No, I suppose that it makes sense. Because we also knew that
Atlas wasn't even in session again.
No, they're not in session, and also the headmaster knows that an attack is imminent. So it would make sense to empty the school. Although, the whole point of having the students at the school was to protect the relics that the schools are built around. So he's basically leaving the relic without protection. Either that or he's handing it over to Salem.
That was what I was predicting, is that, you know, he's obviously in talks with Salem. Salem wants the relic. So if he's saying, if I give you the relic, will you spare my people? Like, he's the cowardly lion. Like, he would do that. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade. Welcome to the stream.
But yeah, I think that. I think that's probably what he's doing, but based on what we heard Salem say about the White Fang want the fall of Haven, I don't know how that'll work, because if they make a deal where he hands over the relic, like, Salem still has to at least give the White Fang, or at least has to have like some kind of show for the White Fang of an attempt at the fall of Haven.
Yeah, but if Haven's not being protected, what's the point?
Exactly.
We just answered your question about the he wants to know if it's Lionheart's attempting to save his students or ulterior motives. Definitely ulterior motives. It's foolish. Absolutely. Without question.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think it's both. Or both attempting to save his students and ulterior motives.
I don't know if Lionheart and nobility really go together.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, is I don't really know if it's a noble act. I think it's kind of foolish.
Yes. End of Volume 4, we know
once again, he's the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, so Watts was talking to Lionheart at the end of Volume 4, which tells us basically everything we need to know about Lionheart's character.
Lions have an association with royalty, though.
Yeah, but in this case...
he's associated with the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz.
In this case, he's associated with cowardice, not royalty. Yeah, definitely don't trust him.
I don't trust him at all.
And some people have pointed out that the shot in the trailer of him getting choked by some kind of red whip, some people have noticed that a similar looking weapon is actually on Sienna Khan. Yeah, including you. I didn't even... I wasn't focused on Sienna Khan, really. I just looked at her, I was like, oh, that's cool. She's kind of darker skinned and she's pretty. Adam. I was just like, what's he up to?
Yeah, I didn't even notice when you told me Adam had a new outfit, because I was in that shot. I was always so focused on Sienna Khan instead of Adam, because I was just like, ew, that guy. Yeah,
Adam has a new outfit. We've only had a side view of Adam's coat, so I really couldn't say whether it looks cool or not. Also, I will just not associate his character with any positivity whatsoever, because he just gives me a super bad vibe. One of his children being held captive. I doubt it. Yeah, so Sienna Khan, I was right, she's a woman. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I'm interested to meet her character. She seems a bit... judging by the way her and Adam were interacting in the trailer here, she seems to not quite take his very extremist views about how they should deal with their equality problems. So it'll be an interesting dynamic to see her versus Salem versus everyone else.
Well, but here's the thing: is I think she's on the fence, because, like, I don't know if she ever necessarily denounced what happened with the White Fang in Vale. The Albane twins said that they were a rogue faction or something like that. But, like, even the fact that she's giving Adam a meeting shows that she has at least some sympathy for him.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like, I don't know if she's necessarily like, ew, no, absolutely not. But I feel like she's kind of like, not sure if she's willing to go that far.
She's probably in a difficult position, as any leader of anything ever is. So, yeah, that will be interesting to see how that unfolds. And I feel like they're getting to add a lot more of these different areas of storytelling, like in physically different places, because they're now going to start bringing Team Ruby all back to the same place, theoretically. Although, last time we spoke about our predictions for the volume, we were saying that we thought that Blake Short would be her leaving Menagerie, and she didn't. And the trailer has shown us that she is still in Bloody Menagerie, so she's not leaving anytime soon.
Exactly.
And also, Yang Short is probably going to bridge the gap between where she was at the end of Volume 4 and where she'll be at the start of Volume 5, but if we are right about the scenes in the trailer, the one of her punching him being from the first chapter, then our prediction about a Ruby Yang reunion in the first chapter is incorrect. But also, the thing that throws out our predictions the most is that we're getting 2 extra chapters. So that now has thrown the whole reunion timeline out of whack. So I don't know. I feel like Yang Ruby reunion chapter 2 or 3 now.
Well, what I'm thinking is if Yang is indeed searching for Raven, and in the trailer we hear that Team Ranger and Crow are going to find
Raven.
Find Raven to find the Spring Maiden. So I feel like that could be where the reunion happens, is within Raven's group.
So more
because I feel like we're going to spend a few
5,
episodes
6
there.
Kind of territory. So in that case, I actually think that the Weiss reunion is going to happen first.
I feel like it could, but at the same time, they gave us, like, nothing. I think they gave us some, like, first, like, because as you and I talked about last night on Skype, the shot of the bees chasing the airship, that's Weiss's airship that she stowed away on, and then the shot of the armor falling out of the sky, they're from the same location.
Yes.
So I'm predicting that to be, like, an episode 1 event. But what happens from there, we have no idea.
That is definitely Weiss's reintroduction to the volume, is that that event when she's on the airship and it's being pursued and she fights the Grimm. That is definitely where she starts in the volume.
But she still has to find Winter, and who knows how Winter is going to fit into all of this. God. That's why I'm kind of annoyed by how little they showed us of Weiss in the trailer, because I'm like, we already had like no idea what Weiss was going to be doing, and they gave us nothing.
Literally nothing. It's so frustrating. And it's hard for us to make predictions now because they've changed the way the show works for this volume, and it's nowhere near as predictable as it used to be, that's for sure. It could go many ways from here. So, how does Raven have the Spring Maiden? She was looking for her last volume. No, she never said she was looking for her. Crow was looking for her. Crow asked her, I don't know where the Spring Maiden is either, and if you know, I want you to tell me. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
And so she deflected.
Crow is like 90% sure that she has the Spring Maiden.
Yeah, that's what I was actually, during last volume, with all the, like, destruction we were seeing, I was convinced that that was the Spring Maiden's doing, not the, what was the name of that, Graham?
Nuckelavee,
yeah.
The thing that confuses me about that is that why would one of the maidens be helping someone like Raven?
I don't know if she's helping her, or were you with what I thought last season?
What did you think last season?
Is that what you... Well, I thought that the destruction last season was because the Spring Maiden was helping them. But I'm not so certain now that... I'm not so certain now that the Spring Maiden is... And that, like, shot of the 2 henchmen and Raven looking down at somebody, I have a feeling that person they're looking down at is the Spring Maiden, and that she was, like, captured in combat.
To answer your question, Pisky and Waterbender, no, Weiss is not going to have a run-in with Raven's crew because the footage we saw of the airship, they were basically already in Mistral. So, yeah, nah. It could result in a crash, though. That's very possible. Raven might be keeping her under wraps for her own motives. Yeah, well.
That's what I was thinking, because the maidens... Like, Raven clearly does not want Salem to win.
No.
We don't really know exactly what her motives are, but she clearly doesn't want Salem to win. And the maidens are a key part of her plan, it seems. So by Raven keeping one of the maidens, maybe it's Raven's way of trying to, I don't know, control everything.
Raven's a real wild card. I cannot tell what exactly her motives are. And I don't know why she does the things she does. She just doesn't make sense to me as a character.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited at the prospect of maybe us getting a lot of time with Raven this volume, if just so that way they can finally establish her, like, what the hell she's doing in this show, pretty much.
Yeah, William, Cinder is a maiden because she stole an already established maiden's power. However, the Spring Maiden is an already established maiden. Thank you for the follow. Faruka? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. I feel like if there was a maiden out there who was evil, like Ozpin and his inner sanctum of maiden protectors would have been out there getting her. Like,
yeah.
So I feel like that's why the current, like, or at least at the time, the current 4 maidens were all working on the side of good. Or I guess it's possible that maybe they didn't know where the Spring Maiden was.
It is possible, yeah. Because Crow, had to come to the rescue of the Fall Maiden. I always question how he did that.
Yeah.
Like, was
especially
he following
he has
the Fall
bad
Maiden,
luck.
or do they have some kind of, like, built-in, what's the word? Like, distress
SOS.
signal? Or what? I don't know, but...
Yeah. I don't know, because everything we know about Crow is he is kind of like the silent watcher.
Yeah.
Sort of. Like, he shadowed Ranger for months. Like, who's to say that maybe that wasn't his job, is shadow the Fall Maiden.
But then, if that was his job, why the hell did it take him so long to rescue her? And he got there too late.
Tyrion almost killed Ruby before he got there, like...
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I suppose we just assume he was busy. And then he was like, oh shit. Better go save my niece. Yeah, oh god, don't bring back bad memories of Crow almost dying. Jeez, I could not cope that last half of last volume.
I know.
I was like, if they kill Crow, I ain't watching no more. Because he's my favorite character and you're not allowed. Oh, you left OBS open. Whoops. Cinder is Awkward says it could be like the Avengers where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were working with Hydra because they believed Hydra to be the good guys and didn't question it until after a few encounters with the Avengers, so maybe the situation with the Spring Maiden is similar. Possibly.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out once we know exactly how the Spring Maiden is associated with this. But I can't help but wonder... me and Sydney were talking about this yesterday, is that would Raven try and... Well, I think Raven's probably too old to inherit a maiden's power. But would she try and, like, would she try and have the Spring Maiden's power transferred to somebody in her crew? Like, I guess it depends if the Spring Maiden is there willingly or not. Well, if she's not...
And it does depend, like, they say that the person who inherits the maiden's power when she dies is whoever's in their last thoughts last, not last thoughts. So it's, yeah. I mean, that could be anyone. When you're dying, who's the person that you would think of that happens to be female? But then they say if they think of somebody too old or somebody male, then it goes to somebody random. So it's too unpredictable. So yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm just also worried that they're going to somehow try and find a way to maiden up all of Team Ruby, and I really hope they don't go that route, because it'll just not.
Yeah, Wade, I agree with you about that. Like, Pyrrha's death put all of us on edge. We were so convinced that somebody was going to die in Volume 4 because they traumatized us with Volume 3.
They
traumatized us!
They did.
Suddenly people were dying left, right, and center, and that was just not a thing Ruby was just ever did. So, and then Volume 4 we were all like... and And, it was fine. So, I assume deaths are probably going to happen this volume. I am going to predict now that Lionheart's a goner. Which I won't be too sad about.
Yeah.
Crow is definitely going to die, but I don't think this volume. I think he's too central to the story at this point because of Oscar.
Oh, William, did he?
I'm not sure if he did. I need a source to confirm that. Weiss being the Winter Maiden is something I could expect. No, I don't see why. I don't see why any of Team RWBY would become maidens. I really don't.
Yeah. But the only thing is that I could see Winter being the Winter Maiden, and if something happens to Winter, who's to say Weiss wouldn't be in her last thoughts?
It's true.
If that's the case.
I mean, that's a big if.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me think that Winter isn't the Winter Maiden is because at the very start of Volume 3, they basically kicked Winter out so they could talk about Amber.
Yeah. So she's currently not the Winter Maiden, but that's not to say that she won't be in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Drunkle Crow, exactly. Yeah, no, Crow, after his near-death experience now, is going to be safe for a while, especially because of the whole Oscar/Osborn thing. Pedro BJ 0412, thank you for the follow.
Wait, absolutely. Yeah. I've been saying this the entire time. They have left Summer a mystery to us for way too long.
Lays Mac, thank you for the follow.
They need to give us something about her, especially because she's a Silver
Eyed Warrior. She's
RWBY's mom. We need to know, especially because they keep giving us just these little tidbits about it, and it's like, there's a little thing, but it's like, show me something, tell me something. I want to know about Team Stark.
I need to know. Yeah. Wesley, the new Maiden, confirmed. I don't remember where I heard it, but I do remember somewhere seeing that one of the writers confirmed that. Okay, I will search for a source and talk about that next podcast, but... are we going to say that'll be Weiss's aerial battle and or Yang punching the dude or something else as a fight scene for the first episode? Because they're doing 14 chapters, I'm not sure if the chapters... Kobe the Bear, thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if they're going to be the same length as they've always been, like around 12 to 15 minutes. I assume that the premiere is going to be like 16 minutes long, because it usually is. Yeah, they're being very coy about Summer Rose, and it's frustrating. I need to know more about her, because the more she sort of is alluded to, the more confused I am about exactly what happened to her. Like, I need them to give us a definitive answer as to whether she's dead or not. Because they sort of have, but yeah, I don't know. She's...
Well, I thought for sure they were going to give us something about Team Stark in Volume 4, because Volume 3 started with Ruby at Summer's grave and ended with Ruby at Summer's grave. And at the end, we had the revelation that she was a Silver-Eyed Warrior, like her mom. So, like... I thought we would get more about Silver-Eyed Warriors and Summer in Volume 4, and we got nothing.
We got nothing.
Well, we got that tiny little bit from Crow, but it was just that, hey, people are going to want you now, blah. But it's like, I'm hoping that they finally give us something about that, because it's like... I mean, if Ruby has the super mystical power that, helped stop the fall of Beacon, or at least made it so it wasn't as devastating... Like, why aren't they training her to use it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that he would be so coy about that. Balgosa, we've seen her gravestone, not her grave. Remember, that grave is empty. They didn't have a body to bury. Because she apparently died while on a mission, or she just never came back. So, they don't know what happened to her. They just assume that she died and built a gravestone in her memory.
I don't. I know, because at the in one of the episodes in Volume 4, Crow said, "Ty, she's not coming back." So I think that
could have been talking about Summer, yeah.
Yeah, that was about Summer, and he would have some knowledge about what, the way he said that. It means I think he was there.
He could have been... It's... Again, it's like, we don't know enough to we just don't know enough. Like, they need to give us more than that. She's constantly alluded to, and it seems like she was a very important character, so... Belgosa is one of the animators for RWBY. Oh, are you?
Oh, really?
I was not aware of that. Sorry. That's embarrassing.
Oh, compositor.
Compositor. Oh, awesome. What are you doing here? Like, don't you have something to be doing with your time that's a little more important? But hello, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for that, Wade. We were not aware. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I still don't, like, Crow obviously knows something. And it has something to do, working hard, I assume. Yeah, Crow knows something, and it has to have something to do with his semblance, because the way he was describing his semblance about projecting basically an aura of bad luck, he says it makes it hard on friends and family. And we immediately were like, so Crow killed Summer somehow. I still stick by that, because I think, there's this discrepancy between Crow and Ty, and that's got to have a reason behind it. Because they were on the same team, so theoretically they should be friends, but they're really not. But they're family at the same time, and it's really weird, and like the whole dynamic is just bizarre. So there's something that's gone on there that we don't have any knowledge about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and thank you, Valgosa. Our podcast is not famous by any means. Well, Alex Abraham, like, I knew Alex, so of course he wanted to come on the podcast. He's coming back on for this volume as well. The mission Team Stark went on, the one that killed Summer. I'm pretty sure that was a Summer solo event, not a Team Stark event, because the team had broken up.
I doubt Ty would. Yeah, and I also doubt that Ty would have. If Summer went on a mission, why would Ty also? If they had 2 kids to take care of, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so frustrated at knowing so little about the whole thing. I just want them to just, like, spell it out for us. But, of course, they're saving those kinds of things.
But that's why I'm excited at the prospect of Raven this volume, because with Raven and Crow interacting, they have all of this history, and so they can kind of talk in code and know what they're talking about, but we don't. But if you get somebody like Raven and Ruby in a room together who have never met before and who have heard very little things about, like, there's going to be a big revelations and discussions and stuff that happen. So that's why I'm excited at the prospect of all these people going to Raven, because Raven knows a lot, and that could be good
Raven
for us.
holds a lot of the answers, but judging by her character, I don't know how willing she's going to be to reveal them, especially just for the sake of plot development. Crow didn't actually kill Summer or directly lead to her death, but was at the very least nearby when she died. Ty made the same jump we did when he heard and blames Crow anyways. I mean, things between Crow and Ty obviously aren't very good. Ty gave him that... I can't shake off that look that Ty gave him at the end of Volume 3, when, like, Crow was kicking him out to talk to Ruby about his silver eyes. The compositing, that's the best. People always go on and on about the animation of the show. Definitely good and gotten better. The story and lore. The story and lore is something that develops as the show goes on. And obviously, we lost the main source of the story and lore, which was Monty. And everyone else only knows as much as he told them. So beyond that, they kind of have to... not necessarily make it up, but assume things.
But from what we've heard, he told them a lot. Like, they know a lot.
What confuses me is that Crow was part of Team Stark for 4 years of study at Beacon, and then after that for an unknown amount of time. honestly, wouldn't he have just been the most inconvenient team member to have? Marcus Simercado. Thank you for the follow.
These names.
I cannot pronounce these names today. Boop. Ah! Metehan Swikmez. Thank you for the follow. What the fuck are these names, guys? Thank you for following, though. Cool. I'm getting real close to 100 followers. Once you wrote the overarching story, Miles and Kerry. Yeah, Miles and Kerry were responsible for writing episode by episode. But obviously the story was Monty's baby. It was all up here for him. And he would have only had the time to disclose so much. So, once we get past the point that Monty went over with them, will, like, his notes be released? Probably not. No, I doubt it. Monty had already written the ending. So, physically written it? I hope that's the case, because I know that they were made aware of where Monty wanted the series to go and the main things that he wanted to happen, so obviously they're going to try and work towards those same goals, but where they go along the way is probably going to be different to how it would have been. Not that that's a bad thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like Game of Thrones.
Exactly. Yeah, Game of Thrones lost the guidance of the books, but it didn't go in a bad direction after that. I think it actually went in a really good direction, so...
Yeah, Season 6 was really good.
Season 7 was amazing.
7.
Yeah, I think they were talking about at least 10 volumes, 9 to 10 volumes, but Monty had planned for a future that was up to 20 volumes long. I feel like they're going to make the show as long as people keep watching it, like Red vs. Blue. And as long as it retains its integrity. I don't think they'll make it just for the sake of making it. Because it's not a show that you can do that to. It's not Supernatural. Like, it can't go forever. Didn't they resurrect someone? Who? Wait.
Who? What?
Game of Thrones. Spoilers. I think she's talking about Game of Thrones. He's talking about Game of Thrones. So every time I see your name, Cinder, my mind goes to Cinder, and then I'm like, no, Cinder is male.
Shots fired.
Well, I mean, I love Supernatural. I watch it, but, like, seriously, they should have ended it, like, 7 years ago. It's getting a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, they've been beating a dead horse for a long time.
They have, but I will continue to watch it. Because I'm a bloody fangirl. And, I mean, who can blame me? Like, Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, come on. There's a lot of hot women in that show, too. Yeah, it's still going. It got renewed for its 13th season, which is starting literally at the same time as RWBY Volume 5. Oh shit, it's starting like next week. I forgot about that. It's starting like next week. As long as it retains its integrity. God, I wish another show followed that idea. Game of Thrones. Yeah, they're ending next year on Season 8. Because they'll be done telling the story at that point. But they're going to do spin-offs, of course, because money! Camp. Yeah, still haven't seen Camp. Couldn't get past the first episode, to be honest. Doctor Who's been going for 54 years. Not quite that long. Oh, thank you, Balgoza, for following me on Twitter. You didn't have to do that. I don't post anything very interesting. just loads of RWBY crap. Yeah, so what the hell were we talking about before we went on that tangent?
I don't know.
I don't know!
Raven?
Listen, The Simpsons...
Raven,
okay,
Summer?
Don't throw shade at The Simpsons because they're classic and they will never stop. Well, I haven't watched The Simpsons in the longest time. I think probably the last I saw of The Simpsons was the film, which I really liked. Which I'm glad never got a sequel. So have I, Cinta. So it's been going 54 years. That's funny. So yeah, we need to talk about other stuff that was in the trailer. Ilya. So Ilya was saying to Blake that her plan isn't going to work and she should just piss off before she gets in trouble. I
have a bad feeling about Ilya this volume. Yeah,
I do too.
Because I think that it's possible that Blake could get her back to her side, but I don't know if that will necessarily end well for Ilya.
I don't know that that's gonna... I think Ilya's in too deep at this point.
That too.
The only reason that she's cutting Blake some slack is because of their history. Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. Yeah, that's very true. It's very hard to make predictions about this volume because everything isn't where we expected it to be at this point already. So we're like, I don't know what's going to happen. And a knit hero. I think you meant to say anti-hero, but... Yeah, Ilya is another wild card. She has history with Blake, and she doesn't want to hurt her, but eventually these two characters are going to have to confront each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they keep getting in each other's way, but refusing to hurt each other. So it's like, I mean, eventually one of them is going to have to put their foot down if they want to get anywhere. Because right now they're at a stalemate. Like, Blake's still in Menagerie. Like,
I know! Like, she needs to leave! Hurry up! We need a Bumblebee reunion, for God's sake! Just frustrating, because now I'm not sure it's even going to happen this volume, because I'm like,
how? No, they're going to get them back together. They're going to. They have to.
I'm like, how and when? Like, because if Yang's going after Raven, then that adds time onto the whole Ruby Yang thing, and I don't know where Weiss fits into that, and I'm like, where is everybody going? So annoying.
I'll be honest, Piskian, I kind of forgotten about Sun.
Oh shit, Sun. You're not the only one. Yeah, so, Sun is there. That threw a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sun is still there. I don't know, Sun's just kind of there. Like, he was just kind of there in the short. So I feel like he's just gonna kind of be there during the volume. He's gonna do whatever the hell Blake does, so...
But as Piskian said, is that, like, right now we're at a stalemate. Like, you know, Blake won't hurt Ilya, Ilya won't hurt Blake, and they're getting nowhere. And I feel like eventually Sun will put his foot down and be like, if you won't do it, I will.
Sun, the forgotten one.
And then that'll put Blake in a situation where she has to choose between letting Ilya hurt Sun or letting Sun hurt Ilya.
Yeah. Because he's already said he wants to get even with her. Which is probably why Ilya's avoiding him now. And Blake, at the end of the character short when Sun showed up, Blake was just like, oh, he got away. And just neglected to mention Ilya's involvement at all. Balgos is only listening in to make sure the show takes the story in unexpected directions, and he says, no, this is entertaining. With 14 episodes, I see it as more likely Blake will be going to Mistral within the volume. However, Sun has beef with Ilya for stabbing him. I have the perfect meme for this, but that'll go on the Discord. Yeah. Yeah. The dynamics, there's so many dynamics now. I'm like, Volume 4 didn't go in the direction I expected, so I don't expect Volume 5 to go in the direction I expect.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to expect it to go in any way, because then I will be prepared for the unexpected.
But you and I talked about this. You and I talked about this last time. Are you still convinced this volume will end with the fall of Haven, or at least the attempted fall of Haven?
Now that it's deserted, I'm rethinking that.
Really? Because before I was like, no, it won't end, or I don't know if it'll end. And now I'm like, I feel like that's where it'll end, is that's what will be the events. Yeah. Especially with just in the trailer how urgent everything seemed.
Yeah, I still feel like it will be the fall of Haven, but it's not going to be the event that we thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Beacon scale.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's no students at Haven. It's Lionheart sitting in his office drinking his tea. Like, it's not very exciting. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think Haven will fall, and I think Lionheart's making it far too easy for Haven to fall. Because he's a cowardly son of a bitch. Boop. God, that boop scared me. The concept of French fries. Thank you for following. Your reaction to that name.
The concept of French fries.
what has to be Lionheart in the trailer? Do you support
guy sitting?
Someone's asking Falcosa if he ships White Rose. No, get that out of here. No one should be shipping
the real question. Bumblebee.
Corey's a filthy Bumblebee shipper.
Your face.
My face. Your face.
Your face.
I just can't get used to your blue hair again. It's really like...
You were annoying me about it for months, and now that I have blue hair again, you're like, it's weird.
Well, because you've had brown hair for months. Yeah, I was used to the blue hair, and now I'm not. And because you were wearing a bright blue Y shirt yesterday. Mercury legs on toast. Thank you for the follow. I don't know. Yeah, Bumblebee the song is really good. Rose Garden. What the fuck is that ship?
My only ship is Swaitai. That's cute.
What the hell is Rose Garden? Do you know what that ship is?
It's Oscar and Ruby.
Oh! No. Resounding nope.
He's 14.
Eggs, not legs. Oh, Mercury eggs on toast. They're separated by one, so it looked like legs. Oscar's only 14. Yeah. So Ruby's like 2 years his senior. But also, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Sun seems to know what's best for Blake, or at the very least he's learning. He understands that Blake just needs someone to... Yeah.
I think Sun thinks he knows what's best for Blake. And sometimes he's right and sometimes he's not.
What the hell is gelatin? That's a ship.
Gelatin equals best ship?
Is that Neo and somebody? Who has the same outfit? What now? Yeah, he does. Who? What? Wait, who? I'm so
Oscar,
confused.
I think.
Oscar, yeah. I mean, he's had the same outfit all through Volume 4, so... I only ship Ruby with Crescent Rose. 16 is legal age in New Zealand. Don't go there.
Oh, Neo and Roman is gelatin.
Oh, I was thinking that.
I don't, especially because I don't think we know how old Neo is. And I kind of get more of like, I don't know, like a kind of a father-daughter vibe from them, not a romantic one. Also, Roman's dead, so you know.
Yeah, Roman's kind of dead, so that doesn't really work. I know people keep holding out hope that the dead characters will come back. Roman is not coming back. He got eated. Lindsay said a funny thing at the NYCC panel, actually. That, somebody was asking about Roman, and, Lindsay said that in Volume 5, Ruby's walking through the forest and she comes across a pile of grim crap. That was supposedly Roman. So... yeah, no, he's not coming back. So don't hold out hope for that. As for Pyrrha, I don't think she's physically coming back, but she's not going to leave the series necessarily. I'll just put it that way. I mean, she was in Volume 4. Jean X Dust. I don't know.
That's because Pyrrha's dust now.
I hate you. How dare you, sir? That is too soon. How dare you? Lishk, thank you for the follow. Easiest name to pronounce all day.
No, the French fry guy was.
Stop! Wait! Oh my gosh, too soon, guys. I'm still not over it. William, don't even joke.
No, we talked about that last time, and I don't like it. We
talked about this, yeah. So, because everybody is about to be in Mistral, and we know that Pyrrha is from Mistral because she went to Sanctum Academy, which was a combat school in Mistral. I hit 100 followers! Yay! Thank you, everybody, for following.
Yay.
Yeah, so there is a giant possibility that we will meet Pyrrha's family / parents. If she doesn't have any siblings, we don't know. But why you do this? Mercury! How dare you! Don't take Monty's name in vain. What the fuck was I talking about? Pyrrha's family. So, yeah, John shipped with why? Why would you? Why? No. I don't know that we're even going to see Team Coffee again for a very long time. I know. And it makes me sad.
I especially because they gave us the Velvet box reveal. I'm kind of like, I think that they're gonna, next time we see Coffee, it's gonna be a while.
Long while. Yeah, they basically showed us
if ever
we needed to see about them. But I'm sad because Velvet's my baby. Velvet shipped with Junior from the bar. What the fuck? What are these ships?
It's because it's the voice actors is why.
Oh, Katie and Jack, that makes sense. Because they're married in real life, yeah, that makes sense. I always forget that, well, I forget about Junior A, and I forget that Jack voices him B. So, also, he's not a thing in the show anymore. Not to say he's not gonna be a thing, but I doubt it. I was annoyed that Melanie and Milsha only got that tiny cameo in Volume 2, and then there was nothing after that. I was like, okay, so these really cool characters just got tossed to the side, that's fine. Don't ship Sun and Ruby! Don't do it! That's bad. Damn it, you guys! Seriously. Get a room. Yeah, so Pyrrha's family is definitely a possibility. That's going to rip everybody's hearts out.
I just don't know if they have time for that, though, is the
thing. It's
There's already... Especially because we have no idea when people are reuniting this volume. I'm convinced by the end of the volume they all have to be together, but, like, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Yeah, ship Blake and John. Why are these ships? Blake and Lionheart! Are you kidding me? We were also speculating that Lionheart could be a Faunus, but now we pretty much know that's not the case.
I mean, he could have feet.
He could have a tail, even. A lion tail.
Gira had feet.
Gira had feet. Do you know, I didn't even notice Gira's feet for, like, the first 3 times I watched that episode.
Yeah, it wasn't until Larissa pointed it out to me that I was like, oh my god, you're right.
Oh my god, he has kitty feet. It's just not a thing that we noticed. I just thought it was his shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, his shoes are cute. Wait, that's his feet. Yeah, there's 14 episodes, but, like, I feel like they've got 2 extra episodes because they have a lot of plot to fit in here. And Volume 4, I'm glad that they gave themselves more time. Volume 4 was a struggle with pacing and fitting everything in. We didn't get enough Yang in Volume 4. Like, I wish we had 2 more episodes just to fit in more Yang and more Weiss, because there was too much Blake. Also,
Weiss had a pretty good story arc for that volume.
Yeah, she wasn't too bad. Yang was definitely lacking, though. And there was too much
Yang
Blake.
Definitely.
Too much. If we have another repeat of Menagerie this volume, I'm gonna riot. Because I really don't like that episode. Not only was it only Blake, but it was 9 minutes long. I'm like, really? You couldn't have fit 4 minutes of Yang in there? Like, I know it's probably a lot to ask of the team, even just for 4 minutes of extra screen time, but now we're getting 2 extra chapters. So, how about Weiss's Knight flying from the sky? Yes. Oh my god, that shot was amazing in the trailer. Favorite shot, without a doubt. What the hell is that emote? Channel W greats, I don't even... oh my gosh. You're not bringing that joke from the Discord over to here. Get that out. They've been pronouncing their Y's as just a slash in the Discord.
Yeah, I saw that.
Possibility of Emerald switching sides. I'm hoping we get some more Emerald and Mercury this volume, because I was annoyed that they just got pushed aside last volume, and Mercury looked really weird.
Yeah, I know. I hope they fixed his eyebrows. Cause,
his eyebrows were disturbing me. I was like, what did they do to Mercury? He used to be good looking. Why are his eyebrows like that? And
but he appeared in like 2 scenes, so like...
Yeah, their character models just felt really rushed. because they only appeared in 2 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
VoIP, stop that. Stop it, William! Oh my god. I'm gonna start kicking people in a second.
Oh my god, Bogus is doing it.
Stop! You people are sadists. This is what Volume 3 did to all of us. Look at this. This is disgraceful. Shit. I mean, if you're Pyrrha and Roman and Penny, yeah. Well, not Penny necessarily. That's a good point.
Penny can come back.
Penny can definitely come back. That's a definite
I don't know if there's much point to, though, bringing her back. Maybe during whatever happens in Atlas, there'll be, like, a reason to, but at this point I'm like...
They wouldn't have built a character model for her father and shown him to us for no reason. I'm just gonna say that. So...
Yeah.
Pyrrha shoves Jean into the locker and says, YOLO. You are a terrible person. How dare you? I've got to find a way to put the chat in the actual podcast because, well, if you want to see it, you should watch it live. How about that?
Yeah.
I've been a sadist long before I started watching RWBY. Don't write RWBY like that. How dare you? Thanks, Marcos says. What's going... I don't understand what's going on with the chat right now. They're making terrible jokes because they're bad people. Let's get back on track here. So, anything else in the trailer that we haven't covered? I don't know that there is.
Well, I guess, what do you think is happening with Cinder? Because we only got a little bit of Cinder in the thing, but they didn't give us anything for Team Witch, as people call them.
Still no Neo either.
Yeah. I'm not holding my breath on Neo.
What do you call a bumblebee with no wings? I'm not even gonna take that bait. Sorry, what was your question?
With Cinder.
Cinder, yeah.
Team Witch.
So, I feel like we're gonna get Cinder back this volume. She's not just gonna sit around doing nothing now. I feel like the shot that we did get might be her preparing to leave. I don't know what she's gonna do, though. She's gonna have a hand in the fall of Haven, definitely.
I think what might happen is that it seems that maidens are somehow necessary for, like, her plan for how these places fall. And if Raven is keeping the Spring Maiden under wraps and Salem can't get to her, I mean, especially after the person who was supposed to be looking for the Spring Maiden is Tyrion, and now Tyrion's all, wah, my tail's gone.
Ruby cut off my tail. That was a great moment last volume. I was like, yes, Ruby!
Yeah.
You did something useful, yeah! Poor Ruby.
Yeah,
Neo has not been confirmed for Volume 5. I'm gonna kill that rumor right now. Because I've seen it going around. No official confirmation whatsoever. So, of course, they're not gonna say anything. So... Corey's being interrupted right now. I'm just gonna point it out because he muted his mic and I can hear it.
Yep.
Blah, blah. Jacques and Velvet. That is a strange ship. Slave labor! Ugh! Ew! God, my mind just went to dark, imaginative places.
No. Puppies.
Puppies, kittens! Cute little bunny ears. Oh god, no, that made it worse.
No, I was going to say that made it worse.
They did say she was alive. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, they said that about Volume 4, and we did not see. So, I'm not going to hold my breath for Volume 5. Although, if the Fall of Haven is happening, I am going to expect to see some Neo. And if I don't see Neo, I will be disappointed. Balgos is not going to tell you that. He could get in trouble. Also, he may not know.
Yeah.
I mean, well... It depends. Balgosa, do you composite the entirety of the volume or just certain episodes? I'm just going to wait for him to respond to that, but... I love ice cream! There you go, that's as much of a response as you're getting to that question. Jean and Velvet Bunny Night is actually kind of cute, but never gonna happen. Just you. So you're the sole compositor for the entire... Holy crap, that's a big job, dude. Well done to you. That is an enormous job for one person. Jeez. Every show. So not just RWBY, Camp, everything. Wow.
There are six of you. Okay.
I was gonna say, because that's a massive job for one person to take on. 6 people makes a lot more sense. You probably can't tell us which episodes you composited for this volume, but I'm gonna ask anyway, because I'm curious.
It'll probably be in the credits of each episode.
Just the 3D animation. Alright, fair enough. So not Camp or RTAA, yeah. RVB, Chibi, RWBY, Genlock. Oh, I'm so excited to see Genlock.
I kind of forgotten about it.
I know, because of all the RWBY hype, right?
I know, right?
You've composited on every episode of every volume. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Genlock is a thing. I'm excited for another show to come out of Rooster Teeth that's probably gonna have similarities to RWBY. You have to touch every single shot, yeah.
Wade, stop it. Get a room.
I'm gonna stop looking at the chat for a minute because I'm just cringing internally. What the fuck were we talking about? It's happening a lot this week. Also, we've been streaming for an hour already.
I know. We were planning this to be the short one.
Well, an hour is short by our standards.
We still have to talk about Chibi.
I know. So, Chibi Season 2 wrapped up, and I'm, like, it's really bittersweet. I'm sad that it's wrapped up, but at the same time, it means that Volume 5 is just around the corner. Your faves were the Oz Cinder fight and Velvet Weapon. Oh, you composited those. Well done, man. They looked amazing. I'm sorry, Ruth. Okay. I'm not looking at the chat now. Yeah, so RWBY Chibi Season 2. This season of Chibi started out incredibly strong. Like, the first 14 episodes were really good. There were a few after that were really weird, and I was like, nah. And then it came good towards the end again. But very strong writing for the majority of it. The Battle of the Bands was a pain in the ass. I bet it was. So many
it was my favorite episode, though, because I liked that they had been talking about it all season, and it wasn't until Larissa mentioned that she thought that the season finale would be the Battle of the Bands, where I was just like, you know what? I just thought that it was this joke they kept making, but now that you say that, oh my god, this season is going to end with the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, and it was literally a battle of the bands.
No, Nurse Nora was horrifying.
Have you met Nora, Wade? She's already crazy. They just dialed it up to 100. Yeah, she's been crazy the whole time, exactly. Nora was disturbing the crap out of me throughout Chibi Season 2. She had, like, 3 skits where I just went, whoa. Okay. Yandere Nora, exactly. She's such a yandere. Crazy and psychotic are different. Are they, though?
Yeah, but it's Chibi, and, like, you know, they have to take everything and then, like, multiply it by 2.
I mean, it's not canon, so they can fuck around with it as they please.
Exactly.
And why the hell not? If it's not canon, go nuts. Who cares? Everyone in Chibi has one personality trait that is amplified. Exactly, yeah. Well, I don't know if RWBY's birthday being October 31st is actually canon, because Chibi's not canon. But it seems like they wouldn't put that in there and then not make it canon. Also, the fact that her birthday is Halloween is hilarious. Because it's like the opposite of her character completely. I love that they put her in it. It's canon? Okay, Miles did announce it on Twitter. I missed that. Cool. Alright, so RWBY's birthday is October 31st. That's really funny.
That gives me so many questions, though. Does that mean that they have 12 months in a year? And that there are, you know, like, they follow the same calendar as us? And, that's opening a whole box of questions that they're not going to answer.
I mean, they have the same seasons as us as well, so... I mean, it's just
but also,
easier to do that.
They've literally never given us a date in the show ever, so, like...
Never. And the fact that they did it in Chibi. I mean, because they had to do Halloween themed stuff. Halloween themed stuff. Not Halloween themed stuff. Snowbird. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the fence about the Snowbird ship. Because I definitely could see there being some sexual tension between Crow and Winter. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, please don't. Please don't. Alright, there's Miles's tweet if you guys want to see that. Oh, that's true. We got a Chibi Season 1, March 21st. But, you know, again, that was just a, like, throwaway thing. It just confirms that Ty and Summer did it in February. Palgosa, wow. We don't want to... That's like thinking about your parents having sex. Don't do that.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, Valentine's Day. That's a good point. I don't think he even realized that. Summer is dead. Maybe.
For sure she's dead.
My sides hurt. Okay, that's disgusting. Oh, dude!
Ew.
Okay, now we're getting into necrophilia
We're not looking
territory.
at the chat anymore.
Stop looking at the chat! What were we talking about? Chee! Yay! Oh, God. It's Chozo's wedding anniversary. So, Chibi, yes.
Chibi.
What would you say is your favourite skit of the entire season, if you had to pick one?
Ooh. I really love the one where Ruby's pranks go wrong. That skit.
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
what you talking about?
What you talking about? Oh, the surprise party
and
one?
Clear!
Yeah. It's amazing. Oh, I laughed so hard at that. I just love Crow so much. I love the skit where Ty imitates him.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one.
Blah, blah, blah. Break all the rules. Look at my messy hair. Then I spend an hour every day styling. So funny. Hilarious. Movie night's good too.
Bones.
What you talking about? Ty's vlog was great too, because it's such a payout
that was
of Bernie.
funny.
Such a payout of Bernie and his freaking vlogging.
Yeah, there were so many good ones
there
this
were
season.
So many good ones. It's really hard to choose just one, but yeah, Ty imitating Crow I think is my favourite. Anything to do with Crow will automatically be my favourite, except when he's in a Speedo. I really wasn't a fan of Chibi Crow in a Speedo. I mean, proper Crow?
That's disturbing.
Why is the phone ringing right now?
Stop it.
Don't mind my home phone ringing in the background. I'm not answering that. Dodgeball and Ruby the Magician. Yeah, they were both good. Nurse Nora, or the one where Kira was trying to be... Oh, must be nice? Yeah. Oh, boy! You are just so creative. Hang on. I just need to hear if the message is left. Nah, can't hear it. Alright, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm busy, so you can just wait. Oh my god, that was such a long message. I'll listen to that after, but... Yeah, Chibi skits. So, anything with Crow, basically. I
liked pretty much anything with Ty.
Yeah, Ty was so good. I used my legs. The dad jokes one was pretty good.
Yeah.
I just liked seeing more Ty because I didn't get enough of him in Ruby proper.
Yeah, you and I talked about this last time, how they set up Ty to be such this weird, eccentric dad, but then we didn't really get to see a lot of that in actual Ruby proper. So it was kind of nice to see it in
That's why I wish we'd gotten more Yang last volume, because it would have meant more Ty. Yeah, he definitely wasn't what I was expecting. After he sent Zwei to them in the mail, I was like, okay, this dude's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Thai food, ugh.
Find a penny, pick it up, and all day long you'll have bad luck. What?
Yeah, that one was pretty cute. Find a penny, pick it up. I really liked the one that continued on from last season, where Pyrrha was using her shield as the UFO and then sneezed. That was cute.
Oh yeah.
They're playing I guess cows versus aliens, farmers versus aliens. Is that what Summer ate? Oh wow. Balgosa, you need to be stopped. Yes, go to work. Go work on Ruby. We're looking forward to Volume 5.
Balgosa.
Thank you for joining us as well. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to think if they said anything particular at NYCC, but I'm not sure that.
I did. You sent me the video, but I never watched it. I only watched the part where they confirmed the thing about the Yang short.
So they showed that, and they showed a couple clips from Chapter 1. They didn't show any concept art this year because nobody's changing outfits or anything like that. They did say there's going to be several new characters in the volume. Yeah, Chibi next season is a good question because I don't know how much more they can do with the Beacon arc for Chibi. The possibilities are pretty endless, but I feel like they'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it depends on how much they set up. Because, like, if we get, like, a kind of a good idea about, like, what Raven's tribe is like, and if we get a good idea about, like, what Haven is like, I could easily see them spending a lot of the next season of Chibi, you know, like, doing jokes within Raven's tribe and within Haven Academy and stuff like that.
Didn't they confirm that Roman never unlocked his semblance? I don't know. It's the first I've heard about it. Oh, it's from the Tumblr Q&A? Okay, yeah, I didn't get around to seeing the Tumblr Q&A. Be getting rid of Pyrrha and Penny and Chibi. Yeah, if they go to Volume 4-5 stuff, Pyrrha and Penny won't be there. That's the problem. Are you two the same person? So, Roman never found his semblance. That's interesting, because he was... It actually does explain a lot, because he was strong without using a semblance, but he was average compared to the people that he was surrounded by, like Neo and Cinder and Emerald and Mercury. What was Mercury's semblance? I don't think we ever found out, did we?
I think it was probably that thing where he spun in a circle.
Oh, yeah, like, he seemed to be able to manipulate his bullets to some degree.
Mercury's was never found too?
Did they confirm that, or... Yeah, we don't know it. Wind dust.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, it's true. It could have been wind dust, yeah. I don't think Roman could control
the dust is so confusing. There's so many layers of, like, mysticism in this show sometimes.
Gross, Cinder. Mercury can blow wind really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Again, what were we talking about before we went on that tangent? Oh, yeah, Chibi next year. Chibi Season 3. I don't know. It's up in the air whether they will stick with what they're doing or whether they'll change to the Volume 4-5 stuff. All
I know is it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm also, like, I won't know until I know if... I feel like Volume 5 is actually going to be the end of the Haven arc. Or the Mistral arc. And that Volume 6 is going to be another arc entirely. I don't think by the end of the volume... I feel like by the end of the volume, Haven will fall and will no longer be in Mistral, or will be heading to leave Mistral. Mistral won't be the main focus by the end of the volume. Canon referentials should be all they need besides the jokes. Yeah, I don't know.
That's true. But also, like, who can they really add? Because they can't add Glinda because reasons.
Yeah.
They could add, I don't know. Who could they add? I mean, they'd have to introduce, like, you know, Gira and Kali.
Yeah,
and Jacques, and like they'd have to introduce Volume 4 characters.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the reason I think Volume 6 isn't going to be part of the Haven arc is because the first 3 volumes for the Beacon arc were actually Volume 1 was a lot of setup, and it was also very short compared to Volume 2 and 3. Volume 2 and 3 was the bulk of the Beacon arc. Volume 1 was basically setup. Whereas Volume 4, the setup's already out of the way. We got half of the Haven arc over and done with. So I feel like... And now we're getting 2 extra chapters this volume. The Haven arc, I'll be surprised if it doesn't wrap up at the end of Volume 5. And Volume 6 moves on to a new arc. Funky, yeah, there's a good point. There's Team Funky.
I want to see Funky again, but, like, we're going to have to wait until we go to Atlas or something.
If they move to Volume 4-5 content for Chibi, there's a whole possibility for new characters like Gira and Carly, even people like Henry Marigold, that kind of stuff. So, Oscar, Chibi Oscar would be so cute.
Oh my god. But they need to give us more time to get to know Oscar, because right now he's just so like, shut up, no you shut up, no you shut up.
Yeah, he's a petulant little 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I hope he's not going to be a petulant 14-year-old, but I'm like, it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the entire volume to get to know Oscar, and obviously his character's going to change and develop a lot over the course of the volume. And beyond. Adam, Ironwood Jr., Melanie, Milsha, rest of Coffee, rest of Sun. Yeah. We're not going to see the rest of Coffee or Sun in Chibi, I don't think. Don't hold your breath.
We might, you and I still predicted that we would get a Team Sun reunion in this volume, but that's kind of thrown out the window because, like, Haven's deserted and Blake is still in Menagerie. Like,
yeah, Haven is deserted, but we know that the rest of Team Sun flew back to Mistrals. They live in Mistrals, so I guess they could have just gone home. And the rest of Team Sun can still meet up with Team Ranger, Crow, Oscar, that group, without Sun being in the picture, which I feel like is more likely than anything else at this stage.
You know what? I think that it's actually more likely that they would meet up with the Atlas personnel, like Winter. Yeah. Because they know the Atlas was... They know what happened with the Atlas in Vale. So why would they not be like, listen, we're going to try to help you guys keep that from happening here? And plus, then that also means a Neptune and Weiss reunion.
Yeah, well, I mean, none of the schools are back in session. We heard that from Ironwood, like, Atlas Academy isn't back in session. So... And the only reason that everyone was at Beacon Academy while school wasn't in session was because of the Vital Festival and the tournament. Otherwise, they would have all been home, and the academy would have been empty. And, like, the academies in the rest of the world were empty at the time because they were all in Beacon. So, for the tournament...
Well, I mean, they only sent their best people, people who qualified for the tournament.
They didn't send all of them, but they sent, you know, whoever, I suppose, qualified to go or... wanted to go or whatever, but now obviously Lionheart has emptied the school, either for the safety of the students to make it easier for Salem or both. Hey, I care about Scarlet and Sage. Listen,
I want to see more Scarlet too, especially because, like, the way that, like, Gavin was originally going to be Junior, and then but with his thing, Monty wanted him to be Scarlet, which means that he had some more ideas about who Scarlet was as a character. So I want to see more Scarlet.
So Gavin voices him, and I love Gavin. So
and yeah, exactly.
Who doesn't love?
And
Gavin?
Sage, I like Sage too. He's voiced by Josh.
I mean, Sage.
Cornelis?
Yeah. Sage was pretty useless in that fight. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He really didn't do shit before he got knocked out. All the fight scenes in Volume 3 were questionable, if I'm being honest. The only ones that weren't were Mercury versus Yang, and Pyrrha versus Cinder, and Oz versus Cinder, and... Help me out here. Were there any others?
Ruby versus Gelatin.
Yes. Gelatin. Yeah, those were the only 4 that come to mind that were actually decent. The rest were, like, questionable.
And you know that Monty worked on all of those.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
Pyrrha and Penny too, and Monty also worked on that too.
PvP was okay. There was still a lot wrong with it.
Yeah, there were still there were certain shots that were amazing, and then there were other shots where it was just kind of stuff. I don't know. There was so much fighting in that volume, though, that it was kind of they kind of had to just
There was a lot of fighting in that volume. So, of course, the quality suffered naturally. But then Volume 4's fight scenes were awesome. Crow versus Tyrion, I really couldn't pick any faults with. It was amazing. I remember watching it going, holy crap, this is the best fight scene I've seen since the end of Volume 2. Good lord. Yeah! Tildadig, thank you for following. Or title.
I get so confused when that happens because I'm like, why is she yelling? And then
you can't hear it. So yeah, no, it's just the boop startles me every time. The laser and sword dodging was awesome. Yeah, that's true. But Monty animated a lot of that. Yeah, he had a hand in animating Yang vs. Mercury. There was reused animation in Yang vs. Mercury from the Yang trailer as well. The yellow trailer, rather. Yeah, but to be fair, Volume 4's fight scenes, they stepped it up a notch quite well. Ranger versus the Nightclubby was good too, and it was different to other fight scenes because it wasn't a one-on-one.
Yeah.
It was
the only part in Ranger versus Nightclubby I didn't like was Nora falling from the tower because she looked so floaty. Yeah,
she did, and it her Magan Hild looked like it literally was made of plastic, not plastic, rubber. It was very bendy. Oh yeah, Crow versus Tyrion was awesome. You actually didn't see me watch Crow versus Tyrion because my Chapter 7 reaction never went up because it didn't work. Unfortunately, it got corrupted. I think the audio didn't record or something like that. Wade, thank you for the $5 tip and for setting off the wonderful Nora Queen of the Castle gif. No, I recorded it, but something went wrong. I didn't get audio or something, and I was pissed off because it was the best chapter of the entire volume.
Yeah,
and it had the best fight scene, and it I love Crow, and my reaction was so good, but unfortunately, I didn't have it. Yeah, thank you for the tip, Wade. That's very nice of you. Yeah, I was pissed off that my reaction didn't work for that episode. I'll make sure I don't have that problem again in Volume 5. So I feel like there's lots of good fights coming up.
I don't know about lots, but there's gonna be a few. It's amazing how when RWBY started, a lot of us, we only cared for when was the next fight scene, when's the next fight scene. But I feel like the community has kind of fallen away from that more.
Yeah, it's more.
We're more okay, yeah, they're fighting, but what's happening with Blake?
And that's because when they advertised the show, it was all about the fighting. And we knew that Monty was an excellent animator of fight scenes, from his previous work. And also, when Volume 1 was being released, it took 14 weeks before a decent fight scene happened, which was the Chapter 8 Nevermore and Deathstalker fight. That was the first awesome fight, and it took literally ages for us to see that. So there was a fight in the first chapter, but it was near. And there was a couple of tiny fights, but they were near. And it took forever for us to see something really awesome, and then once we did, we were like, oh my god, that was amazing, we just want more. So, but since then, it's been much better paced, and Volume 3, there was a lot of fights. I feel like people just got over it at some point because they were not very good.
I mean, Chapter 6, after Chapter 8, wasn't the next fight not really... Oh, well, I guess there was Jean versus the Ursa Major, and that was a pretty
Weiss
good fight.
Versus the Borbatusk as well, directly after that.
Yeah, but that was just kind of meh.
Yeah, it was meh. Everything was meh between Chapters 8 and 16 and before Chapter 8, unfortunately. But then Volume 2's fight scenes were incredible.
Oh my god. It's still the Ruby versus Mecha Roman is my favorite fight ever in Ruby.
Painting the town, yeah. The food fight in the first episode was awesome. Painting the town was really amazing. The no breaks, multiple fight scenes were epic. Like that
Ruby versus Cinder. What was the name of that episode? It was like
Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution. That was a good one too.
No, Dance Dance Infiltration. Sorry.
Infiltration.
Dance Dance Revolution is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volume 2, Chapter 4, amazing. Yeah, Dance Dance Infiltration. Yeah. That was pretty good, but too short for my liking. But we got to see Cinder be epic in that episode, which we hadn't seen before, and weren't expecting. I don't think we weren't expecting her to conjure those swords out of thin air, really, because we hadn't seen them before.
Yeah, we just I didn't even before that fight. I didn't even realize like, oh, we haven't actually seen her weapon yet, because we just seen her use fire and dust.
Seeing Neo in action and no breaks was amazing because she's a whole other level. And
yeah, the way she just danced around Yang.
Not Volume. Weiss's fight in that chapter is my favorite fight of hers of all time, easily. Yeah, and then Volume 3 was meh pretty much all the way through until roughly halfway through.
Yeah, until episode 6 when everything got really.
But even the Fall of Beacon, like the little bits of fights that we got, were pretty meh. There's a fight of Weiss's in there when she was fighting with Blake that was moving so quickly I couldn't even see what she was doing, and she like kicks off of an enemy and flies 50,000 meters in the air. I'm like, ugh, that was awful. I was like, no.
And then she proceeds to like do one stab and like 7 White Fang members go, whoa!
Hex Dejangi, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that, like, the Fall of Beacon, I really wish Monty had been there to animate that, because it would have been a whole other level of an event. Unfortunately, though, they had to make do with what they had, and it was a big ask. As an event for animation and everything, it was a ginormous task. Yeah. So, good night, Wade. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Wade.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up pretty soon, because I feel like we've covered everything, and now we're getting way off topic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This always happens, though.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah, Weiss doesn't really have a plot-relevant fight. Yeah. Yeah, that was my favourite Weiss fight of all time, and I love the score to that fight as well. So, predictions for the volume. I mean, we've talked about it somewhat.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of my predictions still kind of stand, except I think, Ruby and Yang will meet up at Raven's place. I think I still have no idea when Weiss is reuniting with them. Blake is not reuniting with them until the end. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, there's just...
I'm gonna say now, chapters 13 and 14 are gonna be full of Haven. I don't think
it's probably gonna be more than that.
I feel like it's gonna be less of an event than Beacon, and Beacon took 3 chapters. So, yeah, I feel like 13 and 14 is full of Haven. And I'm gonna say Weiss reunion, chapter 4, Yang, chapter 6, and Blake, chapter 12. That's just what I'm gonna say, because, yeah, no, putting that out there, I'll probably change that. Once I see the first chapter, I'll have a better idea, because then we'll know where everyone is at.
Yeah, exactly. I know. We're gonna have to set aside like 3 hours for that podcast we do that day.
I know. It's so annoying that we didn't have the Yang short already, because now, like, next week we're gonna have to talk about the Yang short and the first chapter, and oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah, as well as then, now with episode 1 being there, we have at least some idea of what's going to be happening, at least, with the opening too, so, like, we'll be able to use all of that.
The intro will give us information that we'll be able to use to make predictions as well. Do you think Fall of Haven and Taking Back the White Fang will be the same event? I think Blake's going to have a much harder time taking back the White Fang than she thinks she will.
Yeah, I think that she'll make some progress during the Fall of Haven, but I don't think that it'll be like the end-all be-all of the White Fang is now mine, kind of.
No, definitely not. She's got a long way to go before that happens. Whose old tournament fights? Pyrrha? William, stop that. Stop it.
Yeah, I also hope we see Yang dealing with her PTSD as well, which I'm hoping that we'll get some of that in the Yang trailer.
To jump back to answer your question, I will be talking to Larissa probably tonight about, just about stuff that's officially been confirmed, but I don't want to influence her thoughts too much. I want her to make the predictions she wants to make. She's doing that live stream with Imperial Dawn as well, so they have their own ideas and we have ours. I don't want to influence her too much on that. Yeah, and we don't know anything more than they do, so...
yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows shit. Tobster99, thank you for the follow. Thank you everyone for following this stream as well. So, I think we're going to wrap this up now. Seeing as we've been going for like an hour and an hour and a half actually.
We've been going for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, so I need to mention that I'm doing a RWBY marathon of volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 starting Friday night my time, so it'll be Thursday morning for most of you. You can check the schedule below the stream right now to see what time and date the marathon is in your local time zone. It's in the schedule, it's RWBY Marathon Volumes 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. So I'm doing Volumes 1 to 2 Friday night my time, and then I'm doing Volumes 3 to 4 Saturday morning my time, and then the day after that, Volume 5 will premiere and the Yang short will be up as well. So the day before and the day before that. And that's on Ustream. I'm not doing it on Twitch just because I'm a little bit concerned about copyright, but I do still want to do it, so I'm doing it on Ustream. It's a grey area with marathoning something like RWBY on Twitch. Tim092, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so, look, it's the best times I could manage, so you're probably not going to catch all of it, but, I mean, you guys have seen the volumes God knows how many times, so just jump in whenever you can, say hi. I might be doing a couple of giveaways, and yeah, we can just watch the show together and it'll be fun. So yeah, schedule below the stream, and I will pop the Ustream link up on my Twitter. So if you're not following my Twitter, be sure to follow that, because I'll have the Ustream link. I don't have it on me right this second. Actually, I could probably get it and post it in the chat right now if Corey, you want to take over for a second while I do this?
Both of our reactions to the Yang short will be up probably same day.
Yep.
And the next Boopcast will not be until that Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday for you, Wednesday for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's correct.
Yeah. Because you're thinking of the next one.
Yeah, the next one is going to be Chapter 2's podcast is going to be a day later because Larissa's on it and she has a day off work that day. So there's the link to the Ustream. You can follow that, and the times in Australian Central Daylight Time are on there. But if you want to know your local time, you just check the schedule below the stream. It's just right there. So yeah. And I will tweet throughout the marathon to remind people that we're live and when we switch volumes and that kind of thing. So yeah, so volumes 1 to 2 Friday night and 3 to 4 Saturday morning. I will be including like the trailers, the red, white, black, and yellow trailers before volume 1, and I'll do the RWBY character short before volume 4 and the Weiss, Blake, and Yang ones Oh, well, I won't be doing Yang because I won't have it yet.
Yeah.
The Weiss and Blake ones after Volume 4. That's annoying that I won't have the Yang one, but, I can't do anything about that. I'll probably play the trailer as well at the very end. Just to make sure people are extra, extra hyped. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us for this 15th episode of the podcast. Holy crap, we've done this 15 times.
It's been 15?
Yeah, this is 15.
Wait, that means we're going to end this season with 30 podcasts.
Seriously?
Well, because episode 1 will be 16, and if there are 14 episodes... Or wait, does that mean that we'll end on 29?
I think it's 29, unfortunately.
Ah, that's annoying!
Yeah!
Oh, that's so annoying.
So if there's 14 episodes, there's 14 podcasts after this one. Yeah, 29. No!
No, that's
we
annoying.
have to wait for number 30. God damn it. Timed that badly, didn't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, as of right now, the podcast is a weekly live stream. The only one that's on a different day so far is Chapter 2. So that's just a day later. But same time. Same time, every Tuesday/Wednesday, depending on where you are. Every week. So be sure to tune in. I will also, I will tweet if I change times or if I change days, and I'll update it on the schedule. But the schedule will tell you when things are. So
yeah. Best place to keep an eye on.
Yes, exactly. Watch the schedule. But I will post on my Twitter when things change, so make sure to follow my Twitter. And our reactions to the RWBY trailer are currently up on our YouTubes. So, YouTube/Shino087/Corey11333. And Larissa's reaction is up as well. And Larissa's Yang short reaction will be up on Saturday/Sunday. Are you doing a podcast for the Yang trailer separately? No, we're not.
No, we're not. We were hoping... Well, actually, this was supposed to be the one for the Yang trailer.
Yeah, this was supposed to be Yang short, but it's not out yet. So it will have to go in the episode 1 because we don't want to do 2 podcasts next week, because bugger that.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, we'd end up... Because they're coming out on the same day, we would end up talking about the actual show in the Yang one. So it's better to just... not just take all the knowledge we have and do one podcast for it.
It's all gonna interlace and cross over, so it's easier just to do it all in the one podcast. It's probably gonna be 2.5 hours long. Easily.
Especially with how much you and I tangent, clearly.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to try really hard to stay on topic.
We spent an hour talking about a video that was a minute and a half long.
Yeah, I know. We didn't just talk about that, to be fair, but we talked about Chibi and we talked about Volume 2 and Volume 3, and oh my god, we tangent too much.
Yeah.
If we did 2, we'd get to 30. That's true, but we don't want to do that.
We'll just have to do an odd number during the off-season but during Chibi and stuff, we'll have to do an odd number of podcasts or something to get it back.
There'll be an off-season podcast, like, maybe halfway through Chibi or something like that, once we start getting Volume 6 news. Oh, don't say Volume 6. That's ages away still.
It's so far.
Will we be doing the podcast after the 21st? The 21st of what? October? Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Well, that podcast will be on the 25th for me, the 26th for you. Because that's the one that will be for episode 2. Yeah, that'll be for chapter 2. That's the one with Larissa.
That one will be a day later. But yes. Just because
we will announce all this again.
Yeah.
So in the next podcast.
Larissa and Essie Bessie Jess, who some of you might know from Twitter, on that podcast, and then for chapter 3, we're having some of the RWBY Abridged guys on. I won't say what the rest of the volume is yet, because we're still working that out. Well, not really.
October 21st is also when episode 2 comes out for first members, so...
Yeah, no,
we're not waiting until it's out for the public to do podcasts for the episode, because we didn't do that last time.
Our podcasts will be live streaming on the day that the episodes are made available for registered members on the Rooster Teeth site. So, and it'll be about 5 hours after the episode is made available for registered users. So it gives people time to watch.
Skin.
by Piskian. Yeah, okay, we're going to wrap this up now. We got to stop talking. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next Wednesday/Tuesday, depending on your time zone, for Chapter 1 and the Yang Short. And keep an eye on our YouTubes for the Yang Short reactions, because they will go up on Sunday/Saturday. I hate living in Australia sometimes. Bye-bye!
Bye!